So I'm going to do a little video on HVAC systems. I'm in Washington State, and Labor and Industries controls manufactured homes for their construction, and they do allow in their guidelines to have a HVAC system installed in a dry rock say toy boat 5 times quick, a dry rock sheeted wall, and you're basically using sheetrock as a plenum. The problem you're going to have with that is you're going to get condensation in the walls, and I've been fighting this and mold. I've been fighting this for some time. If you watch my prior videos, you know I got quite the setup on the HVAC system. I've got 4-inch fresh air intake with 3 pre-filters on that with a 80 CFM electrically commutated, runs 24/7 except below freezing. Fresh air intake fan into a MERV 11 filter that sits on top of a fresh air UV light filter, and then that's through the intake system inside here. And then on the outside for the house intake, we've got a electrostatic filter to pre-filter the air before it goes into the MERV 11, and then the UV fresh air filter. And then that drops down into the system here, and I've got UV lights, one on each side. I don't have them fired up, they're on a timer. One on each side of the coil, one in the center of the coil, and 2 up top. So I don't want anything growing on my coil. My walls are insulated on the inside of the blower assembly, right? Because then that's conditioned air. So if you take a look here, you'll see it. With foam, flexible foam insulation. And then we've got a special trap that allows the condensation line to drain properly without clogging up. And I've got video on that. But anyway, so what we're looking at is your walls will sweat in the circumstance, and then they'll start to look like this. So I took a scope, went down inside the wall, and you could see little small mold growths. They weren't very large, but they existed. So filling the wall cavity with expanding foam, pourable. This is what I'm using. Get it on Flea Bay. It's part A, part B, 3-pound foam. And one of the things you got to remember you don't want to do is pour too much foam in the wall at one time. You know, I poured a quart. I mixed a quart, combined total between A and B, and poured it in the wall, and it fractured the drywall there, which will get fixed later. So we've been pouring in segments, smaller amounts, in stages. So go about halfway up the wall in each cavity, and I've been doing 16 ounces at a time now. Pour it, let it cure, go in, pour it again. But really, L&I, which I'll send this video to them for the state of Washington, you really need to change the guidelines that if you're going to allow for this type of a setup where the sheetrock, the HVAC system is just stuffed in a closet with sheetrock, you need to make sure that there is this type of insulation there. And you don't want to use any other type of insulation in that wall, because fiberglass will wick moisture, and it's not a good moisture preventative. You want closed cell expanding foam. So that's what's going into these walls. Closed cell expanding foam will seal these walls all around and prevent any condensation from accumulating on the back side of the drywall where the paper is and allowing mold to grow. It doesn't take much. So there it is. So if you're running into this issue, which I've seen a lot of remodel videos where they tear down the closets, the HVAC systems, and they're always nasty and moldy. So If you're running this issue, drill a hole in your wall, take a scope. Typically you can get them from auto parts stores. This is one I got this from Hobo Freight. And basically it's an engine scope. Run it down the wall and take a look and see what you see. Probably wouldn't hurt to treat the wall on the inside with some concrobium. I've done that, and then fill it with foam. So hopefully this helps somebody. Over now.